Today's podcast will be majorly on Delhi University, actuarial science, and larger than life dreams.
People would say that okay, like actually कर लो and 1-2 करोड़ रुपए तो ऐसे ही मिल जाएंगे.
Your biggest dream in your entire school life is that you have to crack a Delhi University college.
So most of the people are either going into consulting or they are doing UPSC.
And one of these days, my friend came and he told me that he had his cousin who was making a crore just for signing papers.
You realize that if you really want to move ahead into life, you will have to do a lot more than a Delhi University college.
I've spoken to people who started off actuarial science in their late 30s.
Trust me, sometimes there will be times when it won't be that easy.
You said that you had a lot of managers in your retirement pension
Yes.
who were working since 10 years.
Yeah.
Were they happy?
I would say most of them were.
When we open LinkedIn, we see a lot of people posting, they're talking about their life, they're talking about their experiences. And when you see, okay, I'm not doing anything. तो mental pressure बहुत ज़्यादा हो जाता है.
I think you just need to block all that out is what I would suggest.
I remember हमारे college में there was a time we had Hrithik Roshan and Katrina Kaif and I had an actual exam.
I had never attended any fest.
Second year में first year में हमें actuarial internship करना है.
Go ahead and do whatever internships that you are getting.
Third year student if wants to go to a job, वो कहाँ ढूंढ सकता है? Welcome to the podcast. First of all, thank you so much, Lakshay, Surbhi, and Mansi for joining us today. So, today's podcast will be majorly on Delhi University, actuarial science, and larger than life dreams, goals. And most of you are about to qualify, like all the three of you. So your journeys and currently आप लोग क्या कर रहे हो? What were the myths, difficulties that you all faced in your college, and your roles currently? Were you able to achieve your dreams? So it will be a very good, nice, soft session. So let's start. We'll first start with the introduction. So you all can just introduce yourselves one by one. And then we'll discuss on the different topics, starting with you, Mansi.
So hi everyone, I am Mansi. I am 24 years old and I started my actuarial journey in 2021 when I was just about to graduate from college. And currently I am working in the reinsurance industry in the life and health domain, and I work as an actuarial data analyst.
Okay.
Hi everyone, my name is Surbhi. I started just like Mansi. I started also my actual science somewhere in my graduation. It was in 2016, 2015 when I actually started. And since then, it has been about 7 to 8 years that I've been into the actuarial industry. Currently, I am working into the life insurance of EY India, that is one of the big four's actuarial practice. So that's how it has been so far, and rest of it, I believe that we will be gradually discussing.
Yes, Lakshay.
So, hello all. I'm Lakshay. I did my BCom honors graduation from Dayal Singh, and I started my actual journey in the second year of college. By the time I graduated, I cleared 4 papers. Then I took my first job in Mercer in retirement valuations. Then I worked about 2.5 years there and then switched to MetLife in life insurance, and I'm currently with MetLife.
Okay. So all the three of you are from Delhi University. If you in India, if you talk about the most famous colleges are in Delhi, and the movies that we see are very much similar to what we see in Delhi colleges, the life of Delhi colleges. So few myths that you heard when you were there in your college. Did you know about actuarial science before your college, or you came to know about it in your college? And what were the myths around actuarial science majorly? One of it you can share, each one of you, and then how you overcame that particular difficulty or myth. There are some very common misunderstandings among students that actuarial science can only be pursued by science people. It's not worth the hard work that we put in, because the hours that we put in the studies and the return that we get out of it is not very great. Thirdly, I've heard students saying that the DU college timings are very bad. It's very harsh. So it's very difficult to manage actuarial science along with that. So can you just like tell me that what one particular myth was there with you that you heard and how you overcame it? So yeah, Mansi.
I think for me personally, starting with when I got to know about this field, I was fortunately or unfortunately not one of those people who were in school and they just knew that they want to pursue actuarial science. I actually got to know about it in my second year of college through my mentor, and it's a very interesting story. So I went to my mentor and I was like asking him as to what I can do in my career now, and he gave me a very interesting advice. He said, take a piece of paper and then write every possible field that you want to make a career out of, and instead of ticking that okay, this is what I want to do, start with eliminating what you don't want to do. And then I eventually landed on two things. And chose actually because I feel like this is one field wherein you have to compete with yourself, because everybody has a different timeline. Everybody has a different timeline basically to when they qualify. And this is the one field wherein you have to show up as a better version of yourself in every successive attempt so that you can qualify and you can pass all the exams. So I think that is how I got to know about actuary. Nowadays, it's pretty different. Like people do know a lot about the field now. And one myth I would say is definitely the salary. Um, People would say that okay, like actually कर लो and 1-2 करोड़ रुपए तो ऐसे ही मिल जाएंगे. That I believe is not true, like especially in the initial years. It's a gradual process, definitely exponential, not linear as compared to a lot of other fields, but very rewarding, I would say.
So while coming here, I saw a board saying join actuarial science, one of the highest paying jobs
Yeah.
across the world. So I think one of the highest paying jobs, this highest paying is the biggest marketing, or we can say keywords that attracts students to this course. But apart from that, obviously the curriculum is very nice, so we'll talk about that gradually. You were in LSR,
Yeah.
Lady Shriram, which is India's one of the like very prominent colleges. So in your college, what was the environment like? And you started actuarial science after your college, you came to know about it in second year. Why didn't you start in your college, and like what was
I think
the problem there?
one of the biggest reasons was again like I got to know about it in my second year, and especially because I come from an eco honors background. So most of the people are either going into consulting or they are doing UPSC. So it's not a very conventional field for eco honors graduates to go into, right? So for a year, I was very confused as to if this is the thing that I want to pursue, because it's a lot of commitment, let's be honest. So I think the confusion part was the entire year wherein I was like, I don't know if I want to do this. I don't know if I want to commit. And then finally, when I did, I was about 2 months away from graduating. And I think, yeah, I've just stuck since, I would say, to this field.
Okay. All right. So, Surbhi, coming to you, you started around 2018. You were in college, right? So, you also tell us that at that time when actuarial science was not at all common, only maybe, I don't know, very handful people knew about it. So, how you came to know about this course, and eventually what were the difficulties you faced back then?
I think so. I am personally, I'm not sure about both of you. So I am personally born and brought up in Delhi. So once you are in Delhi and that's how you are educating yourself. Your biggest dream in your entire school life is that you have to crack a Delhi University college, because that's how you are always trained that I have to get a 95%, a 99%, 98%, and you need to enter into a Delhi University college. Especially it needs to be into a North Delhi. If maybe you're not able to crack that, then maybe go ahead into a South Delhi college. But once, I believe that everybody will accepting to it. But once you actually enter into a Delhi University college, you spend 1 year, you realize that if you really want to move ahead into life, you will have to do a lot more than a Delhi University college. So for me also, I spent 1 year, I enjoyed my entire college life. I bunked some of the classes. I entered into NGOs and actors, marketing society, everything, whatever possibly I could do. But then eventually I realized that this is not going to make me a very rewarding career with just one degree. And that is when I wanted to search around more of professional courses that I can do. So one thing I was sure I wanted to do something that is a professional degree that will ensure that I can always maybe start something of my own also gradually in my career. But I started doing in BCom Honors College. So BCom Honors in college, you sometimes see that people around you are generally doing CA, they are generally doing MBA, they are generally doing CS, law. These were the courses that were there back then when I started. So at that point of time, you feel that do you want to do something that everybody is doing, or do you really want to make something of your own and you want to actually choose a path which others are not choosing? So I believe that was one of my reasons which I started to pursue actuarial science. I was in one of the wealth management internship, which was a part of my college curriculum, and there some of the students were pursuing actuarial science. So from there, I got to know that okay, this is also a course. I researched about it. I read through about it into the internet, and then I saw that okay, this seems to be a field which people don't know about, and this is something that I really want to do. And since then, I don't think that I have ever looked back forward. What about you?
Yeah, Lakshay.
So my story is a little embarrassing, I would say, because I was introduced to actuarial science at a very young age. I was in class fourth, and one of these days, my friend came and he told me that he had his cousin who was making a crore just for signing papers. That's how I was introduced to this actual science, and that statement stuck in my head. And I was in 10th, and we had to choose these streams from commerce, science. So then I looked into, dig deep into what is actual science, what courses are involved, what subjects do we go through, what is the day-to-day working of an actual analyst. Then I came to realize that these are all the subjects that interested me, the maths, finance, business, economics. So that's when I decided that I might do actual science. But I also had that CA at the back of my mind, because BCom honors from Delhi University and then a CA, that was a set pattern for, that you have your life set. But as I said, after when I came to college and the process of elimination that she talked about, I realized CA is not for me, because those long working hours, you had to mug up all the laws, and each year government comes and just change the taxes that you read here the entire year for. Then I decided I would pursue actual science.
Okay. So you said that in your 10th, you
Yes.
were choosing which field, like which course to take up, commerce, science. One myth that science is not important to, pursue actual science. Apart from that, nowadays even non-math students are doing
Yes.
very good in actual science. So actual science is not only about mathematics, right? That is also one, like it is mathematics, but not all about
Only
mathematics. You are working in one area, you are working in some other area, you are working in a third area. So we have lot of areas where we can work in actuarial science. So let's talk about one by one in the specific areas you guys are working in, and how your work is completely different than what others are doing. So we'll start with you, Surbhi. You are working in EY. You are working in a consulting domain and Big Four. So that is again a dream of many people. So how your work life is and how your work evolves with time. Are you enjoying it and all those things? How you're able to manage your studies with that? So yeah.
I think just like what you said, it is a dream of a lot many people. I believe somewhere the only thing that differentiates, especially the big fours, is that they genuinely give you that forum where you can grow as much as you want. So there won't be a stage where you would feel that okay, I have learned everything. Even if I have in particularly in EY itself, I've spent about almost 5.5 years, but even now I don't feel that I have reached at a stage where I know everything. There will be still a lot many other challenges and opportunities that will come my way, because that is what probably a big four as well as an actual combination gives to you. So in consulting, what happens is that there will be multiple of projects that a student will be exposed to. Maybe you might start working in a pricing role where you are pricing a particular life insurance product. Then gradually, if you have done that particular role in 1 year, maybe you might be moved to another reporting role where maybe you are having your counterparts into US, into South Africa, into other regions, and that's where you are growing ahead into different countries also. So I believe consulting, as compared to the other insurance companies or other reinsurers or any other companies, the only benefit that you get is that you will be working into several diversified areas. So you're not just expertise of one, but you know several different areas into different working environments. That is something that will always excite you, definitely.
Right. And studying along with your job is also, you have a lot of perks, like you have nice, well planned study leaves, and so you can talk about that as well.
I think so. Definitely, one myth that we were discussing. Definitely, sometimes we always feel that we will have study leaves, so it will become very easy for us to manage
Right.
with work. Trust me, sometimes there will be times when it won't be that easy, and you will definitely feel that you have a lot of long hours, but you also have your exam just next week. So that is how you genuinely have to manage, and that is how I believe that you just start to learn into the process once you have actually started into. So when I started giving in my exams with my internship, at that point of time I used to just juggle, should I wake up till 2 o'clock till night, or should I maybe be a morning person and wake up at 4 o'clock or 5 o'clock in the morning. A lot many times I used to be over enthusiastic that no, I'll have my alarm at 4 o'clock, but I used to not really wake up because I used to be tired. So at times I believe every person, if you really want to go ahead with the profession, you genuinely create your own path, that maybe I want to balance my life in such a manner that I'll be studying at night, or maybe I'll have a discipline that I'll be waking up in the morning and using those early hours. Because the study days or study leaves that you get are always sometimes at the discretion of your firm also. It might be that maybe there is a lot of hectic work, so you're not getting your study day of that particular week. So what possibly that students can actually do is that ensure that they're studying daily on a consistent basis, even if you're studying for 1 hour or 2 hour. That is what I have seen that actually helped me even further as compared to if I just waited in for my study day leaves. I believe that is what actually works.
Right, that's true. Absolutely. Because obviously you'll have to keep work on your priority. Right. So, Mansi, coming to you, you are working in reinsurance, and earlier you were working in sales. So, you started off your actuarial science after your college. You transitioned from a non-actuarial to actuarial role. So, for anyone who is start wants to start off after their college, they are working since like 2 3 years. I've spoken to people who started off actuarial science in their late 30s. They have their lives, they have their children, and then they are starting off with actuarial science. So you started back then when you were in your sales role. So what motivated you, and was it like the transition was difficult, how you made the transition, and because people around you were not doing actuarial science in your earlier company. So you can talk about that, and definitely about reinsurance, because whenever any student gets a role in reinsurance, the only thing that they ask is whether it's good, whether it's rewarding in India specifically. So you can talk about that as well.
Okay. I think so. For me, like navigating into an actuarial role from a non actuarial field was a bit challenging, I would say, especially because when I was working in sales, people around me would not understand what actuary is. They would not understand the type of time commitment this course requires, right? And I think most of them didn't even know that I was pursuing this because, of course, you don't have that entire concept of study leaves in a non actuarial field. So, I remember I used to take my own leaves and study for my exams. I used to, there were times when I did not even tell my managers that I'm sitting for this in this exam because they would not understand that, right? So, I worked in sales for about a year, and I was not based in Delhi at that point of time. So I had to relocate as well. It was pretty challenging, but I think what really kept me going was the fact that I genuinely wanted to do this, right? I genuinely wanted to, like I said, I wanted to compete with myself. I was not one of those people who would just look around and be like, okay, this person is doing this, so I also have to beat him or her. So that is what kept me motivated. And I think transitioning into that was a bit challenging, but then what I did was I personally decided to take a break in between that entire period. I decided to focus on my exams because you have to clear a few exams before like you get a job, right? And I wasn't one of those people who started in college. So I took a break for about 4 to 5 months and I applied to a few firms. Finally, like one of them was willing to offer me a job. By that time, I think I had given my third exam, and yeah, that's when I started working in reinsurance. And as far as reinsurance is concerned, I think basically whatever an insurer does is also what a reinsurer does, right? So the only difference being is that for an insurer their client is the policy holder, common people like all of us. For a reinsurer, their client is the insurance company, so it's like a B2B model, not a B2C model. So the environment, I'm not sure what the life insurance or basically other insurance companies, the kind of work culture they hold, but in reinsurance at least I feel like it's pretty balanced, I would say. I haven't personally felt like I had to work like 17, 18 hours in a day. And I also work in like a non conventional role. So I work as an actuarial data analyst. So my day to day usually revolves around Excel, SQL, looking at the insurance company's data that they provide to us, and then analyzing that data and basically drawing some insights from that and converting them into a company's common format, right? So that other stakeholders can use it. So that data is being used for experience analysis, for valuation, and stuff like that. Sorry. So I think yeah, my day to day usually revolves around data only. And as far as reinsurance is concerned, it's definitely not a difficult field to navigate, I would say. It's quite similar to what an insurance company basically does. So, yeah.
So you are working, you mentioned that you're working in data
Yeah.
analysis part. In college, like most of us, recently students are, interested in investment, in data science, in these different domains. So what will you suggest them? Like what additionally they can do along with actuarial science so that after their college, they can also pursue these roles, specifically in data analytics?
I think definitely upskilling yourself is very important because if I look at my story, I did not know much about SQL before I even went to my interview. And then when they asked me things about SQL, I was like, I really don't know. Right. So that is something I feel like I should have known at that point of time. And for that, I would definitely suggest, especially for college students, there are a lot of resources available as of this date. So it's very important that you learn those coding languages, you learn Python, SQL, just be comfortable with working on Excel, VBA, and stuff like that. So I think doing these courses would really help.
Right. So coming to you, Lakshay, you were working in retirement earlier and then you transitioned to life. Uh, I get a lot of questions around retirement when students get placed in any of the retirement companies, specifically in India, obviously. So the major concern that students have that this does not have a future in India, because they don't see a lot of their seniors working in retirement. They feel it's very boring. They feel that after a few years it will be a straight line. They might not get promoted or they might not see those salary hikes. And if they maybe want to transition to general GI or non-life or life, maybe after 2 years, then it will be like again back to zero, square one. So, what was it for you? How was working in retirement for you, and why did you transition to life? And again, for you, was it coming back to square one?
Yeah, so one of the major differences between pensions and life insurance is that while working in pensions and retirement benefits, you are involved in the entire process. So from the start of the data gathering part, data cleansing part, analyzing the data, calculating the contributions that the company would make, then finalizing the reports, and then explaining that report to your clients. So you are involved from the process since the start till the very end. Whereas in life insurance, there are multiple processes in a single company, and you will be part of a one of the process. So let's say in a life insurance company where I'm working, there are different team for pricing, reserving, modeling, and then experience studies in which I'm a part of. So we are part of a small process of the entire picture in a company. So the major difference is this, and the regarding the shortage of demand for pensions. I would say that when I started, I was also told that pension is not that big of a market. You should switch as soon as you get a chance. And when I talked to my seniors about it, they told me that they also were hearing this since 10 years, but the pension market is still here and still growing steadily. So I don't think pension is going to go anywhere. It's just you have to find out what suits you, and that you will realize once you start working. And that's the one of the reason why I switched to life insurance, because I wanted to check, what's the process of life insurance, whether I like it or not, whether pensions is bad or life is good for me. I had one friend who came from Deloitte to MetLife and then went back to Deloitte within 6 months because she was more keen on being involved in the whole process and the entirety, not just being part of small process.
Right. So you said that you had a lot of managers in your retirement pension
Yes.
who were working since 10 years.
Yeah.
Uh, were they happy? Like, were they satisfied? And or maybe they did not get a chance, or maybe they were settled. They did not want to shift. What was the case with them?
I would say most of them were quite happy with the kind of work they were getting, because pensions, as I said, is a very complex task. There's a never a dull day in pensions. You have to start from the data. There are issues in data. There are issues in the calculations that you perform. Then you have to find out the reasons for that. Then the contributions that. So in pensions, one of the things is that you see your work getting put out there, and you are actually calculating that contribution amount that the company would pay its employees. So
Right.
one of the reasons they are saying is that it gives them a sense of responsibility.
Right.
You know.
As I'm still very confused, and the students are also very confused when they join retirement. And the main reason is that when they're looking out in their third year, and maybe they are getting opportunity from only one company, that is pension, then there is no option choice, right? You just have one offer. But when students get 2 3 offers, the only reason of setting aside pension is that pension companies owe its pension. Then they just set it aside and life जी maybe the role is better, maybe even the package is better, still वो pension का एक डर है, mindset है, वो एक myth है कि it's not going to grow. So वो एक चीज़ है, but then you said there are people who are doing it since 10 years,
And I
15
would
years.
say one of the main reasons for that is actual science has been more traditionally related to life insurance
Right.
and journal only, but that's not true, because I see actuaries working in risk management, in property and casualties, and many other fields wherever there is basically risk that is involved, and you need to quantify the risk, and actually could work there. So I would say
Right.
pension is much larger market.
Yeah, whatever suits you
Yeah.
at the end. And definitely you need to explore also, as you mentioned. So, yeah, we'll talk about a very serious issue now. When I say serious, it's because nowadays we are comparing ourselves, the students are comparing themselves with their friends. Social media is the biggest, I can say it's not bad, but at the same time, it's also not doing very good. तो लिंक्डइन हम बात कर रहे थे अभी लिंक्डइन का तो लिंक्डइन व्हेन वी ओपन लिंक्डइन वी सी अ लॉट ऑफ पीपल पोस्टिंग लॉन्ग they're talking about their life, they're talking about their experiences. And when you see, okay, I'm not doing anything, you feel like, okay, I'm not doing anything. College students, first year, second year students are posting a lot on LinkedIn. तो आप कंपेयर करते हो, ठीक है, एंड सबका अपना जर्नी है. जैसे यू मैंशन दैट आप सेल्स से आए, you mentioned your difficulties while studying and how study leaves are also not very efficient for your studies. You transitioned from pensions to life. तो सबका अपना journey है. This is one thing that student never understands when they are in 11, 12. They are just comparing with their peers. वो 5 years, 6 years elders का बात उतना नहीं समझते जितना वो अपने friends का समझते हैं. तो मेंटल प्रेशर बहुत ज़्यादा हो जाता है. जब हम देते थे एग्ज़ाम, अपना फर्स्ट एग्ज़ाम, सेकंड एग्ज़ाम हमने दिया था, देयर वर नॉट लॉट ऑफ पीपल हु आर अपीयरिंग फॉर इट, तो कंपटीशन उतना नहीं था. आज के दिन पे फर्स्ट एग्ज़ाम जो CM1, CS1, CT1, CT3 वाले पेपर्स होते हैं, स्टूडेंट्स सी दैट ओके देयर आर हंड्रेड्स ऑफ पीपल ऑल्सो अपीयरिंग फॉर इट एंड उतना अप टू द मार्क परफॉर्मेंस नहीं हुआ, तो दे फील वेरी डिससेटिस्फाइड, दे स्टार्ट क्राइंग. एंड देन देयर पेरेंट्स ऑल्सो गेट स्ट्रेस्ड कि भाई मेरा बच्चा रो रहा है. सो वो कैसे हम सबके लाइफ में फेज आता है. मेरे लाइफ में भी आया था. आई डिड नॉट क्लियर CP1 फॉर लाइक 3 terms. तो आई वॉज लाइक दैट वॉज द ओनली फर्स्ट पेपर वेर आई एवर फेल्ड इन माई लाइफ, क्योंकि आज तक आई हैव नेवर सीन फेलियर. तो वो कैसे ओवरकम करना है वो पर्टिकुलर सिचुएशन. एंड जैसे मैंने फर्स्ट लाइन बोला, लार्जर देन लाइफ ड्रीम. सो ऑब्वियसली फियर ऑफ मिसिंग आउट बहुत ज़्यादा है कॉलेज में. अगर आप पढ़ रहे हो तो आप बहुत सारे एक्टिविटीज़ मिस आउट कर रहे हो जो आपके फ्रेंड्स कर रहे हैं. बहुत सारी चीज़ें होती. तो आपने कैसे वो चीज़ हैंडल किया अपने कॉलेज में, when you were looking at your friends who were not doing actuarial science, they were enjoying their lives. तो वो क्या आपने कैसे उसको डील किया?
I think definitely actuarial science as compared to other professions demands a restricted social life, I would say. Because in the months leading up to the exam, especially, you have to leave a lot of things just to make sure that you are studying well. And that does give you some FOMO, of course, especially down the line once you are already 4 5 years into the course and you're like, okay, like, is there an end to this? We don't know, but there is. Like, you just need to constantly remind yourself that there is an end to this, right? And everybody's journey is different. The end date might look different for everyone, but it is there. That is what I think I continue to remind myself. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, it gets difficult in office more, I would say, because in college especially, I feel like I did not know a lot of people back in my time. Nowadays, it's a very different environment. But I did not know a lot of people in my college who were pursuing actuarial science at that point of time. But in office, you work with people who are also like sitting the same exams as you are. Sometimes your manager has less exams than you. Sometimes your juniors have more exams cleared than you. And it's the opposite way as well. So I think you just need to block all that out, is what I would suggest. And just make sure that you remind yourself that yes, there is a finish line and you will eventually reach there. It might look different for you, the journey might look different for you, but failure and everything else is definitely like a part of it. And that's what defines you in the very end. So, yeah.
Do you feel that if you would have started actuarial science in your college, it would have been a little easier for you? 2 3 पेपर निकल जाता कॉलेज में, तो वैसा कुछ do you feel sometimes?
I think if I would have already decided that, okay, yes, I want to go into actuarial science in like right after college, definitely having a few papers cleared would have helped in getting a job and as well as handling everything else, right? After like getting into the workplace environment, because it's a little challenging. In a workplace, you are expected to be professional, you are expected to show up on time. In college, you can miss classes, like you said. It's very normal for people to do that, but not in a workplace. You can't just miss meetings because man nahi tha, things like that. So it would have definitely helped. But I think my journey has been really satisfying so far. So I'm not like, I don't have any regrets in that part. So I'm happy that I did sales, because I feel like one should also have like soft skills in addition to having those technical skills, which are a requirement in the actuarial field. So having these soft skills are also very important. So my sales job definitely helped me in developing those skills. So I don't have any regrets personally, but yeah, if I wanted to transition into an actuarial role right after college, definitely having some exams cleared would have helped.
Right. So, Surbhi, you also mentioned about कैसे लीव्स नहीं ले पाते एंड देन यू फील ओ गॉड क्यों ऐसा हो रहा है. एक वो प्लान होता है हमारा, टारगेट्स होता है, स्टडी टारगेट्स होते हैं. व्हेन यू आर नॉट एबल टू मीट दैट यू फील फ्रस्ट्रेटेड. सो वो आप कैसे ओवरकम करते हो? एंड इन योर कॉलेज ऑल्सो डिड यू फेस एनी सच सिमिलर डिफिकल्टीज?
I think, especially firstly, what we were discussing on comparison thing. So comparison and maybe some people are getting leaves, maybe I'm not getting leaves, or maybe he is ahead, I am not ahead. This is something that we all do. तो ऐसा नहीं है कि सिर्फ आज की जनरेशन ही कर रही है. This is something that we do. We did it even when we were in class 12th. We did this even when we were in graduation. We might do it even when we'll be 5 years ahead of what we are today, because that is what we all do.
Yeah.
But आई थिंक सब लोगों ने जब भी कंपैरिजन किया है, वी हैव ऑलवेज रियलाइज दैट इट्स जस्ट वेस्टफुल एफर्ट. नथिंग एक्चुअली टर्नड आउट anything good to us. So even I am an overthinker. I might spend time, maybe 1 hour, 2 hour, 3 hour, thinking about one thing, that okay, maybe I might not be able to clear my exam, or maybe this just happened in my last exam only. So my last specialization exam I have not been able to clear for the last 2, 3, 4, 5 attempts. So of course you do feel that other peers have been able to clear that exam, but maybe I have not been able to clear. Maybe it could be that I had some personal challenge, or maybe there was something at home that required more time and attention than giving maybe a successful exam, right? So on those days, even when you overthink, you realize that उससे कुछ हो तो रहा ही नहीं है. So it is actually better to just understand that how you are placed in that particular situation. How are you actually starting? He started completely differently. I started differently. Some other candidate might start differently. So आपका start हम सबका अलग रहेगा. But how eventually I want that my life journey actually goes through, and how I want that कि मुझे ऐसा चाहिए in my life, whether I'm able to do that or not will ultimately depend on if I'm directly continuing it, or I'm just stopping overthinking and analyzing it that no, maybe I won't be able to do it. So that is, I think, somewhere always keeps me going, to just be sure that you don't have to stop there right here. You always have to keep on putting in your efforts, and just believe in yourself that if you really deserve it, and if you really are passionate enough to achieve what you want to achieve in life, you will definitely go ahead and achieve all your dreams. That is something that has definitely worked for me.
Right. So, Lakshay, what about you? When you transition, you've heard a lot of things people saying. Maybe in your company, people would have said that, why are you doing this? It's good. The opportunity is good. Us समय. And if you did you face any difficulties in your college similar? Like yesterday, I was talking to one student and she said that she gave CM1, CT1, CM2, CT5 together last term and she could not clear it. Then she gave CS1, which went very well. Now she is saying that, I did not clear this one particular paper, so I might skip it for the next term. I'm not very confident in this paper. Uh, Again, studying all over it, from scratch is very difficult. So you mentioned that you did not clear one paper for 4 to 5 terms. How did you handle it, and like each time when you saw that okay, result is fail, starting with the same paper again, was it very difficult for you?
I think so. If we are having an honest conversation, so of course your first reaction is you cry.
Right.
The second reaction is also you cry, maybe even further for 2 days, 3 days, 4 days. Everybody.
And then you see your friends are clearing it.
Yes, everybody will
You cry
even
more.
give you that emotional support that it's okay, कोई बात नहीं, आपने तो सब कुछ किया था. You maybe do a lot of melodrama, you overeat, you will have some of your other fantasies, whatever that you want to do. But then after doing that, maybe for 5 days, 1 week, 1 month, that whatever is your coping mechanism, you then realize कि end में तो आपको करना ही है. Either you just stop doing, and this is not just in actual science, also in whatever field that you're doing. Even if would have started doing a CA exam, that does not mean that I'll clear every CA exam paper in just first dive. So this, or maybe even if I'm not doing a job, but maybe it's a business, it might not be that every period will be a profitable period for me. There might be losses. So it is just the way of life that we all do gradually, that don't stop on the failures. Just think that yes, there were setbacks that happened. Just learn from what it actually happened in those failures, and then gradually move ahead forward. So that is what you actually learn. It's not just that we are just saying. This is something that we all learn, and that's how we have all practiced it.
Right. Lakshay, what about you?
So I also failed CS2 couple of times. I'd say
I
5
think
times.
they've all failed at least
so
one actual exam.
I reckon there is always one paper, that sucks the life out of you. So I also cried couple of times at the beginning. Then I got used to it because I actually like studying the subjects involved in natural science, right? So for me, after a point, it was just about learning stuff, and then clearing paper became secondary. Obviously, you have to clear to get the degree, but learning became the priority, and that's what I would say helped me, stay motivated throughout this path. And also, I had this colleague call me a couple of days back. So he has been working in this pensions industry for about 6 to 7 years. He had 0 papers. Now he has started giving papers, right? So everybody has their own journey, and something might hit someone, and so people also stop giving papers after getting married, or they think they have reached a stable point in their career. So everybody has their own unique journey. So, and I would say comparison is the cause of depression, you know, so don't compare yourself to others. So, yeah, failures is part of this journey. I can't,
Right.
unless you are godly intelligent, you can't clear all the papers
I know
first.
one or two of them only who has cleared like all
Cleared
the
all.
15 in one go. But yeah,
Yeah.
many people fail.
I
At
know
least one.
anyone for that matter.
Yeah, I know
I
one.
think so. When I
She was
started,
about to join the session.
Okay.
so when I started, I cleared all my exams in the
CPCDs.
core principles
Yeah.
exam. So at that point of time, I thought that wow, ये तो myth था कि आप fail ही नहीं होते actual exam. I'm clearing in one go,
Right.
but I never knew that okay, I might stop myself at the 14th exam, and 14 to 15 journey might only take me so many attempts.
Right.
So you never know when that failure will come in.
Right.
That's
Okay.
right.
So, if I compare myself, my college with the DU colleges, because I've been to some of the colleges for, seminars. हमारे college में Xavier St. Xavier's in Calcutta. So, we had strict dress code that, full length pants, jeans, whatever, no sleeveless. बहुत सारे dress codes थे. It seemed like a, entire school. But then our college had a lot of activities. आप कॉलेज में घुसोगे तो आपको दिखेगा एक जगह डांस ग्रुप है, एक जगह गिटार बजा रहे हैं कुछ लोग, फुटबॉल खेल रहे हैं. सो दैट वाज वेरी गुड, बट एट द सेम टाइम इट वाज वेरी स्ट्रिक्ट. दैट आई डोंट सी इन DU. DU इज़ वेरी हैपनिंग, मतलब वो जो करण जौहर फिल्म्स होते हैं वैसे लगता है. सो लेट्स टॉक अबाउट इंडिविजुअली आप लोगों का कॉलेज एक्सपीरियंस कैसा था. एंड देन सीरियसनेस आना बहुत मुश्किल है इन सच एन एनवायरनमेंट, तो वो कैसे आया. And yeah, overall, how was your college life? You transitioned into actuarial science, getting your first job. तो ये पूरा आप अपने बारे में बताओ.
I think I used to always say कि DU में तो हर दिन fashion show होता है, because every day people used to dress up, and especially I was in a girls college. I'm from LSR. So basically हर दिन आपको हर type का बच्चा देखने को मिलेगा, like from ethnic to like shorts to like basically wearing sleeveless या फिर कुछ भी. So you're on skateboard. I've seen people. इतना chill environment है. But also on the other side of it, I would say कि there's a lot of discipline, because I don't think personally I have ever been in an environment of such strong women. मतलब हर कोई, everybody is so opinionated, everybody is so disciplined, and I think that is what really motivated me to be like कि ठीक है, like पढ़ना ज़रूरी है और मस्ती भी ज़रूरी है. एंड देयर इज़ अ लॉट ऑफ डाइवर्सिटी आई वुड से इन DU. तो आपके पास, इफ़ यू वांट टू डू सोशल सर्विस, you have NSS. If you want to explore the business side of things, you have Enactus. If you want to go into extracurriculars, आपकी theatre societies हैं and dance societies हैं. So I think that way DU is very chill. Some colleges are very disciplined as well. तो वो एक good blend है, which I definitely appreciated in my college.
Okay. Surbhi, what about you?
So for me, I think the best thing that I personally feel for DU colleges is the fest. So and especially if you're giving your actual exams, तो सबसे पहले तो यही challenge रहता है. I remember हमारे college में there was a time we had Hrithik Roshan and Katrina Kaif, and I had an actual exam just then. So I was not sure कि मैं क्या करूँ. अब ऋतिक रोशन या कटरीना कैफ को देखने जाना है कॉलेज के अंदर, यहाँ अपना एग्जाम पे फोकस करना है. सो आई थिंक ऐसे टाइम्स तो हमेशा ही आते हैं, बट I wouldn't say that don't enjoy these times, because I enjoyed my Delhi University College. क्योंकि आप 12 years तक क्लास 1 to 12 आप बस यही सोचते हो कि आपकी DU की डिग्री कब आएगी. So definitely enjoy it. And the society's part also. A lot many times what I have seen is that people, if they are studying actuarial science, वो लोग societies में participate ही नहीं करते हैं, because they feel we already have a lot. But you can actually manage it along with it if you will just plan it around that this is a heavy semester, so maybe I'll keep my exam light, but maybe I will take care of the other things also. तो वो बस एक myth है कि आप अपनी societies और अपनी internships, अपना actual exam college manage नहीं कर पाते हो. Actually में सब कुछ manage हो जाता है.
Right. Fest, did you attend the fest?
Definitely. And I cleared that exam also.
Okay. Then it's great. That is how you balance. Okay. What about
So
you?
I was also chilling during my college. So our college used to start at around 7:30 in the morning. So I never attended my first class because there's no way in hell I was going to wake up that early. So I used to go to college, reach there at 8:30, take second class, and then straight away go with my friend to the basketball court, and we used to play for like 4-5 hours every day. then come back to house and then study for a couple of hours. So that's was what my college life looked like for 2.5 years, and then COVID struck. Last semester my exams got online. That was a new experience, giving exams on a laptop sitting at home. I had never attended any fest. No, never was a
pretty
fest guy.
funny though. I feel like उन एग्जाम्स में हम क्या करते थे, आई डोंट नो इफ आई शुड से दिस, बट दे यूज टू बी 7 क्वेश्चंस, आउट ऑफ दैट आपको 5 करने
Yeah.
होते थे. एंड व्हाट वी यूज टू डू इज एक तो कर ले, एक तो कर ले, एक तो कर ले,
Yes.
एंड स्क्रीन शॉट भेज दे, we'll just interchange और copy paste कर देंगे. So
I
that is
think
how we
everyone
gave-
cleared
Yeah,
us
everyone
term.
cleared. Yeah.
Yeah, no
Right.
comments on that.
So CU, Calcutta University में marks नहीं मिलता. Like it's like famous for not giving marks to its students. But then COVID year में everyone was scoring like 70%, which is not very easy to get in CU.
Yeah.
80%, everyone is scoring that. So हाँ वो तो था ही, college में everyone has done that somehow or the other. But in college when you are there and in school also आपके बहुत सारे dreams होते हैं. जैसे हम बचपन में slam book भरते थे. आपने have you filled?
I don't think it's a boys thing. It's generally a
But
girls
we
thing.
like girls, like I had a co-ed school. We used to force all our friends fill करो. तो उसमें आपका एक होता था कि ड्रीम जॉब या ऐसा कुछ रहता था ना, एग्जाम लिखते थे डॉक्टर, फैशन डिज़ाइनर, यू हैड मल्टीपल थिंग्स. सो फर्स्ट इनिशियल फ्यू पेपर्स जब देते हैं नहीं निकलता या बहुत डिफ़िकल्टी लगता है, तो हम सोचते हैं यार हम ये कर लेते, दूसरा कुछ कर लेते. सो व्हाट वाज द ऑल्टरनेटिव ऑप्शन फॉर यू? दोनों रखते हैं, एक प्रैक्टिकल रखते हैं और एक थोड़ा इम्प्रैक्टिकल रखते हैं. लाइक फॉर मी व्हेन आई यूज्ड टू गेट लाइक, बिकॉज हमारा भी कॉलेज टाइम बहुत अच्छा नहीं था, एंड जब बहुत ज़्यादा पढ़ाई हो जाता था आई यूज्ड टू फील लाइक छोड़ो यार हिमालय चलते हैं, वहाँ पे कुछ नहीं
संन्यास
तो
ले लेंगे.
नहीं कुछ नहीं तो मैगी एंड टी का स्टॉल लगा लेंगे, तो बहुत सही लाइफ है, एकदम आराम से ठंड का माहौल रहेगा और वहाँ पे रहेंगे. सो यू हैड लॉट ऑफ दीज थिंग्स. तो एक और प्रैक्टिकल एस्पेक्ट कुछ आपने ऐसे सोचा था कि अगर एक्चुअली वर्क नहीं किया तो हम इसमें शिफ्ट कर लेंगे?
I think when I was a kid, the only career I wanted to actually pursue was an air hostess. I don't know वो कहाँ से stem हुआ था, वो जो भी interest था, but eventually that faded out. Now, if I have to answer that, definitely I would have been a writer, because I also have a blog and I write a weekly newsletter जिसमें I basically talk about how you can build an intentional life outside of this busy schedule that we all have. So that is my creative outlet. So if not an actuary, definitely I would have been a writer full time.
That's great. How do you manage to take out time for that?
Consistency, I would say. So जैसे actuary है, just like every other field, like every other field also demands consistency. So मैंने भी वही किया है. Like every day I just take out 15 minutes. I love to read. 10 मिनट में पढ़ती हूँ and 10 मिनट में कुछ लिखती हूँ. So ये करते करते eventually by the end of Monday, I have a newsletter that I can send out on Tuesday morning. So consistency is the key, I would say.
Right. So it's good. You are
Yeah.
enjoying it, right? Surbhi, what about you?
So the slam book goal, I would say, was a doctor back then. But जब आप eventually आते हो to choose between a commerce or a medical, at that point of time I thought कि शायद नहीं हो पाएगा. Let's just go ahead with a commerce thing because it's a safer option. You will land up somewhere. So that was commerce. But now if you will ask me if I have to choose something, it will be a yoga teacher, I would say. That's what, and I believe कि वो शायद actuarial science के साथ भी हो ही जाएगा. So that is something that I definitely plan to. But ये हिमालय में जाके मैगी वाला option तो I think definitely has been something which everybody has worked. So
Yeah.
if I am making a new dish, I would just feel कि ये तो मैं आराम से हिमालय में जाके बेच सकती हूँ. It will be such a good lifestyle. और I remember जब मैंने ड्राइविंग करना सीखा था, I came to my friend and I told her that wow, I have another skill. अगर कभी Uber में भी मुझे अगर Uber भैया बनकर भी पूरा ड्राइविंग करना पड़ा, so I have a new skill that has been added. So definitely with actuarial science also, just take up more skills that you can take. You never know that when you might actually needing those skills.
Right. Lakshay.
So yeah, mine
You
was
played
also
football.
similar to similar to you. So living in Delhi, food is always an option. So I had this in mind कि कुछ नहीं हुआ तो छोले भटूरे तो बिक ही जाएंगे दिल्ली में.
Right.
So
हर
कुछ भी
थोड़े-
लेगेसी
100
नाम
meters.
ला के since 1947 कोई फैक्ट चेक तो करेगा नहीं. दादाजी की रेसिपी बोल के बेच देंगे छोले भटूरे.
सही है. Easy to go. जब भी बहुत frustrated होता है, I feel we come up with these thoughts. So apart from that, coming back to actuarial science again, because eventually we are here. So, how were you able to get your first jobs? So भी you started हम सबसे पहले आई फील तो आप उस समय और डिफिकल्ट था एंड देन यू स्टार्टेड ऑफ कोविड के टाइम अगेन अ वेरी डिफिकल्ट पॉइंट एंड यू ट्रांजिशन फ्रॉम सेल्स तो उस समय भी बहुत डिफिकल्ट सो हाउ यू वर एबल टू मैनेज to get your first job and what would you suggest third year second year students. Another point I would like to add over here is काफ़ी स्टूडेंट्स पूछते हैं कि सेकेंड ईयर में फर्स्ट ईयर में हमें एक्चुअल इंटर्नशिप करना है so I don't see a lot of undergrad students getting internships. Is it important? And if it is, how one can get? So yeah, both the questions.
I think Surbhi should answer that first
Yeah,
because she has
let's
more
start with
experience.
Surbhi. Yeah.
I think so. Firstly, on the internships part, definitely go ahead and do your internships, even if it is not actual. So a lot many times बच्चे हम लोगों के पास आते हैं and बोलते हैं कि एक्चुअल इंटर्नशिप तो है नहीं हम तो कोई भी इंटर्नशिप करेंगे ही नहीं आई रिमेंबर आई इवन डिड सम मार्केटिंग इंटर्नशिप्स आई वी यूज टू गो इन टू डेली यूनिवर्सिटी कॉलेजेस एंड हम लोग उनका मार्केटिंग का ऐप डाउनलोड करवाते थे एंड दैट यूज टू गिव अस अ मार्केटिंग सर्टिफिकेट बट
Campus ambassador was it was
exactly
called. Yeah.
exactly but then but that even that campus ambassador thing at that point of time made me understand that okay how does a structure works, what is selling, what is marketing, how are you actually building a relationship or connect with the clients. तो आपको वो पता नहीं होता कि वो skill भी कब eventually काम आता है. So definitely go ahead and do whatever internships that you are getting, not just into actuarial, even if it is non-actuarial, it will definitely help you. In terms of job, I believe when I started, there was no actual job placement in my college. I got a placement in Wipro at that point of time, but मुझे वो करना नहीं था क्योंकि वो actual role नहीं था. It was something into research. So at that point of time, someone advised me that don't take up a job right now. Maybe take a 6 months break, give more exams, and then go ahead and do your job. But even after I did that, I did about 5 exams before joining. But even then, when I actually moved into that job market, उस time पर job market इतना अच्छा नहीं था as compared to how lucky people are right now because people are a lot more aware. उस time I remember I started at about 10,000 per month and where I used to travel for about 1.5 hours till Gurgaon. But at the end of the day, घर पे भी सबको लगता था that what are you earning with that? But for me, it was that at least I have started from somewhere and at least I'm gaining an exposure into the field that it's okay, it might not be a cost effective thing for me, but at least it is giving me an exposure and it was into retirement benefits only. And then eventually I'll start moving ahead. So I think job, what actually works is that whatever is your first internship job, whatever that you are getting, definitely take that and not be that no, I don't want this opportunity, I'll wait for another opportunity sector. Whatever that is coming your way, definitely take that for that time being.
Right. So how, like you mentioned, you also faced a lot of difficulties. आज के day पे, any, you might be taking some interviews as well. Third year student if wants to go to a job, first job, वो कहाँ कहाँ ढूंढ सकता है? And क्या skills होने चाहिए before sitting for an interview?
So definitely, if so personally, right now I don't take interviews, but I know people who are taking interviews and what are the challenges and struggles that they're doing. The first thing definitely is that be very real and very raw. तो हम लोग क्या करते हैं कि हम अपने CV में सब कुछ डाल देते हैं जो हमने शायद कभी किया भी नहीं होगा. But eventually when we go into an interview and then people ask us, we just don't know about it. हमें शायद याद भी नहीं होता कि अच्छा हमने ये CV के सेकंड पेज की लास्ट लाइन में वो पॉइंट डाला था बिकॉज हमारा CV 2 पेज 3 पेज का होता है when we have just started doing. So when you have such kind of thing, companies genuinely understand that you have overstated of what you are currently. But बहुत बार ऐसा भी होता है that students actually undersell. उन्होंने actually में चीज़ें बहुत करी होती है but they just fear कि इस पे counter questions आएंगे so they don't add it in their CV. I remember I did into some market equity research but मेरे को वो sure नहीं था. It was from BITS Pilani but I never added that in my CV. It is still not there because I was not confident enough कि अगर मुझसे कुछ questions पूछ लिए जाएंगे I won't be able to do that. तो इसका the best thing is that whatever you are currently placed at, just be as real and as confident that you can be in that interview. That is what I believe has always helped.
Right. That is obviously true. Okay. Mansi, what about you?
I think one more thing I would like to add to Surbhi's point is that the number of papers that you have cleared till now, उसकी knowledge रखना बहुत ज़रूरी है उस interview में. Because they can ask you anything. Like if you have cleared the exam, it's expected that you know कि अच्छा उसके content में तो at least ये है. Maybe not the practical side of it. as a fresher, companies, like good companies at least, they don't expect you to know everything. Like I would say, even to this point, I don't know everything. एंड बस वही है कि जो एग्ज़ाम आपने क्लियर कर लिए हैं, जस्ट नो गुड इनफ अबाउट इट सो दैट यू कैन एटलीस्ट स्पीक एंड बी रियल. लाइक आई सेड, आई डिड नॉट नो SQL when I applied for jobs and I gave my first interview. And when they asked me, I just said that I don't know, but I am willing to learn on job, right? I am willing to learn even before joining for this job. So that willingness, I would say, is very important. And as far as जितना पता है उतना बता दो, नहीं पता है वो भी बता दो कि नहीं पता है. That's it. That's all I would like
It
to say.
actually works.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Lakshay?
so yeah, I agree with her completely because they have been in the industry for more than 10 years. They could, see through your lies that you're trying to sell.
Okay. So, Lakshay, you moved from pensions to life.
Yes.
Nowadays, like, just give a suggestion to anyone who has worked for 2 years, 2.5 years in a company and they're looking out for jobs. तो क्या क्या उनको पैरामीटर्स रखने चाहिए माइंड में बिफोर स्विचिंग टू अ न्यू कंपनी एंड हाउ टू प्रिपेयर फॉर जैसे हम सब बहुत बात करते हैं ना फ्रेशर्स जॉब फ्रेशर्स रोल के बारे में बट एक्सपीरियंस लेवल पे भी हाउ टू सिट फॉर इंटरव्यूज़ उस समय आपको क्या प्रिपरेशन चाहिए यू कैन टॉक अबाउट दैट.
Yeah, so after let's say 2 years of work experience, the type of interviews that you would be giving will change completely the questions that you get because now it's not just about your technical knowledge, right? You have to share or show them whatever that you have worked on for the 2 years, you have actually learned from it. And you are a skilled individual that shows really interest in the field and would continue to grow at a steady pace. So the type of questions definitely change from since when you were a fresher. But of course, you also have to have the knowledge of all the papers that you have given along with the WorkX and the parameters. I would say you have to not just about the packages, of course, that's a priority, but you also have to look out for the kind of learning that the company would provide. The study policy of the company because studying with the job will become difficult for some points, because some companies have peak season annually. Some will have parts of month would be very busy as compared to the other parts. So yeah, study policy is also one of the major factors to look out for. And yeah, that's about it.
Right. So, we generally say beggars are not choosers. कि हम बोलते हैं फर्स्ट जॉब मिल गया जो भी ले लो. बट वी आर स्टैंडिंग इन टुडेज जनरेशन जहाँ पे काफ़ी स्टूडेंट्स को 2-3 जॉब अपॉर्चुनिटीज़ मिल ही जाते हैं बिकॉज वो कुछ स्टूडेंट्स होते हैं जो बहुत इंक्विजिटिव होते हैं. वो पूरे टाइम लिंक्डइन naukri.com फ्रेंड्स सीनियर्स सबको बोल के रखते हैं कि सबको अपना CV दे के रखते हैं एंड इवेंचुअली दे लैंड अप गेटिंग. कॉलेजेस में भी आजकल काफ़ी प्लेसमेंट्स actual placements होने लग गए. So they get 2-3 job opportunities. There are some people who are getting that. Some people who are just getting maybe one job. तो जो आपके पास 2-3 job opportunities है, how to select? You have non-life, you have life, you have pensions, you have lot of fields like coming up. तो वो कैसे decide करे कि उनके लिए क्या सही है? Because to be honest, 2 years बाद change करना task है.
Yes.
डेफिनेटली इट्स अ टास्क. आप लाइफ से नॉन लाइफ जा रहे हो तो यू आर स्टार्टिंग फ्रॉम स्क्वायर वन, राइट? तो वो कैसे डिसाइड किया जाए कि लाइफ करे नॉन लाइफ पे जाए कहाँ जाए, उसमें क्या स्टैंड है?
Yeah, that would also depend on the end goal, that the type of
आई
actually
डोंट
that
नो
you.
माई एंड गोल. देन वॉट? आई डोंट नो मुझे कहाँ जाना है. मैंने एक्चुअली इसके 5-6 पेपर्स निकाल लिए बट आई डोंट नो. आई सीन माई सीनियर्स. मेरा एंड गोल तो पे था खाली, बट अभी क्या? I don't
That's what also happened with me while I was switching. So the only way that you could find your end goal is by exploring all the options. So maybe you have started with pension, now switch to life. Then after maybe 2 years, you could switch to journal and finally decide which path suits you better. But at the end of the day, I would say that the core work in all of the feeds, it's quite similar because you have the data, you analyze data, you perform some calculation, and there's the final result. So the core of the work remains same. Yeah, just the type of packaging that the company does to the job profile changes. So
Yeah, I think that's a very good statement that core work remains the same. वो थोड़ा actuarial के aspects हर जगह है.
Same here.
Yeah.
And I think another thing I would like to say is डू योर रिसर्च वेल, बिकॉज अभी इतनी नॉन ट्रेडिशनल फील्ड्स आ रही हैं. लाइक आई फील लाइक क्लाइमेट रिस्क इज वन बज़वर्ड इन एक्चुअली राइट नाउ. सो इतना कुछ नॉन ट्रेडिशनल है, लाइक यू हैव इन्वेस्टमेंट्स पार्ट ऑफ इट. इट्स नॉट जस्ट रिस्ट्रिक्टेड टू लाइफ, पेंशंस एंड रिटायरमेंट. सो उसके अलावा भी बहुत चीज़ें हैं. सो यू कैन पॉसिबली एक्सप्लोर दैट एज वेल. Maybe you might be interested, like I am particularly. So वो चीज़ definitely है. Do your research.
Surbhi, one question. Anyone who's starting as a fresher, generally there is a notion that आप core company में जाओगे तब ज़्यादा सीखोगे compared to a consulting. So whether is this true? And if yes, why? If no, then why?
It also depends on कि आपको सीखना क्या है.
Right.
So if you genuinely want to study really concepts about how an insurance company works, or how actually you're pricing a product, or how the entire finance, insurance, everything is working, then definitely slightly you will be more advantages if you are working in a completely core insurance company. But maybe if, for example, for me it was a consulting, so it also depends that if maybe I wanted to grow as a person, there I felt that a consulting firm gave me a lot of different areas to work in. I was dealing with different clients in different regions. That's where I felt that it gave me a lot more than maybe what just an insurance company will give me, along with the technical aspects also.
Right, true. So at the end of the day, it's very subjective. That is what I feel. And again, आपको confident होके decision लेना है. You don't have to be अच्छा वो again comparison sets in. So almost last question for this session. We'll talk about financial literacy. I feel I've never talked about this before. So when you start earning, जिसे हम जब नहीं earn करते, हम कॉलेज में होते हैं, फिक्स्ड पॉकेट मनी है, या चलो कभी पॉकेट मनी नहीं भी है, तो हम सोचते हैं कि अगर हम पैसे कमाएंगे तो हम ये खरीदेंगे, तब हम लेबल नहीं चेक करेंगे, तब हम ये, तो वो बहुत सारी यू हैव लॉट ऑफ थिंग्स इन योर माइंड, वील बाय दैट, वील गेट दैट, तो ये एक होता है. एंड देन यू स्टार्ट अर्निंग, तो फर्स्ट सैलरी सेकेंड सैलरी आता है, देन यू स्लोली लर्न हाउ टू इन्वेस्ट, हाउ टू सेव. तो ये आप लोगों ने कैसे ये फेज़ को गो थ्रू की, लाइक पास किया, एंड आर यू गाइज इन्वेस्टिंग? यू कैन जस्ट एडवाइस freshers who are starting off how they can invest and save. So starting off with Lakshya.
Yeah, so yeah, because I am a materialistic person, so I also had that dream. When I start earning, मैं तो हर महीने कुछ ना कुछ लूँगा. But then we had this discussion, in my office also with my friends. The raising a child now is such a huge expense, because a few days back this reel was being famous that DPS or DPS Mathur or some school, the fees has increased massively, so 18,000 per month. Yeah, so definitely you have to invest your money. You have to make your money earn wisely, because expenses are through the roof these days. You have to be frugal when you spend for your wants. Needs is what you need to focus on.
Right. So how to go about investing? Like क्या करना चाहिए?
SIP is the easiest way to make,
Right.
because I don't think most of the actuarial people have time to
Right.
look out and for stock markets in a day-to-day life. But for me, fortunately, my parents are in stock markets, so my 100% of salary goes into equity every month. So that's not an issue for me. But yeah, for general public, they could invest in SIPs through ETFs, bonds. They have to find and research their own preferences, because every person would say that. Some would say real estate is better, some would say equity is better, some would say just bonds and fixed deposits are better. So you have to research for yourself and find, according to your goals and preferences, what investment suits you.
Right. Does anyone of you have certain ratios? इतना परसेंट ऑफ सैलरी हम इसमें डालेंगे, इतना परसेंट, ऐसा कुछ है किसी के साथ?
I think for me personally, it's like diversification is important eventually. जो हम पढ़ते हैं, don't put all your eggs in one basket. वो चीज़ करनी बहुत ज़रूरी है. So I invest in stock markets. I invest in fixed interest assets as well. And stock market में भी like he mentioned, आपके पास नहीं होता है इतना टाइम. So the best way is, अगर आप SIP नहीं कर रहे हो, इन्वेस्ट इन ETFs, क्योंकि वो बास्केट्स हैं. दैट्स द ईजिएस्ट थिंग. वो आपके इंडेक्स को ट्रैक करती रहेंगी. यू डोंट हैव टू लॉग इन डेली एंड सी कि अच्छा ये स्टॉक इतना बढ़ गया तो इसको बेच देते हैं, ये घट गया तो इसे खरीद लेते हैं. सो एट द स्टार्ट ऑफ एवरी मंथ what I do is कि salary जब आती है, I put in roughly 20, 30, sometimes even 40 अगर जैसे markets बहुत down थी पीछे कुछ time में. So I put in a certain percentage of my salary on the first Monday of every month. तो वो मैं stock market में सीधा सीधा invest कर देती हूँ and rest of the things are automated. So वो automate करने से it saves a lot of time.
So basically you have set some mental math
Yeah.
है कि इतना proportion I'll invest
And an Excel
इतना-
because actuaries हैं तो Excel के
Obviously.
बिना तो कुछ होता नहीं है.
Right. What about you, Surbhi?
For me, it was completely different. So even I was studying actuarial science, but मेरे को financial literacy मेरी मम्मा ने सिखाया था. And she's a housewife, and she is nowhere into Excel or into equity. But she told me that you can't, whatever you are earning. There was a time when I used to spend even more than I was actually earning. जितना भी पहले का भी थोड़ा save है आपने वो भी सब कुछ spend कर दिया. So eventually, I think I had some phase when I thought that maybe I won't go ahead with my job. I'll take a sabbatical. Sabbatical is that you take a 6 months or 2 months break. And that was the time when I realized that if my salary, which I right now feel is a very good amount, which is just coming and I can just enjoy whatever I want, if that salary stops coming, then what is your position like in terms of finance? So that's actually the status of your financially and not just what the regular recurring income that you're getting. At that point of time I realized that no, I don't have that much of corpus or I don't have that much of savings in my account. And it was then that I started in. And I remember I told my mom that, Mom, I don't have 1 lakh rupees. I can't invest into an FD and make an FD for 1 lakh rupees. And she told me, so you can go ahead with an RD at least. RD is that आप धीरे धीरे 5,000 rupees करते हो, जब वो 1 lakh बन जाता है आपने then उसको FD में किया. And that's how she told me that, so how do I manage the household? I have a fixed budget that maybe 20,000, 30,000 is what I will spend. इसके ऊपर we won't be spending because that is the budget, expense budget that we have. So that's how I eventually learned. And of course, then आप उसमें अपना actual brain भी डालते हो. And then I started to look around equity. I started to look around how I can diversify my portfolio, automate the process. So now, thankfully, on every first, I have my SIP. So it will automatically deduct the balance in your account and you are automatically left with a smaller balance. And in that smaller balance also, you know that this is the budget that you have for yourself, which is not very too little also, but something that you can enjoy. And then that's how you plan around your savings as well as your expenses.
Yeah, I think this is very important because we are not getting taught in schools, in colleges. Even in actuarial science हमें अपने personal finance के बारे में तो नहीं पढ़ाया जाता है. So yeah, thank you so much, all of you. Do you want to add any points?
I
Anything to
think
choose
just
your-
one thing in the financial literacy part only कि wealth creation is the ultimate goal और वो नहीं होगा जब तक आप save नहीं करोगे. So even if your salary increases, आप अपने lifestyle को उस level पे increase मत करो because ultimately जितना पैसा आप बचा सकते हो वो उतना exponentially compound होता है and compound the power of compounding is insane. Like you'll see it once you start saving. So वो चीज़ करनी बहुत ज़रूरी है.
Right.
That's it.
So anything else?
For me, I think it would be to actually sum up to what we discussed. So whenever we'll start actuarial science, we'll obviously have doubts that have we chosen the right profession or not. Even when we'll be like 5 years, 6 years into the profession, we might feel that maybe other counterparts are doing better. So stop that comparison and just be very happy with what you have chosen. You of course always have a chance and a time that you can maybe replace or change also what you want, but just continue doing something and not just stop with any of the failures that we are having in.
I think there is a fear of future. Fear of future that what if 10 years down the line this job is not, needed anymore? What if, we are not getting the pay? तो ये fear of future है. Do you guys face that? Fear of future? ऐसा कुछ आता है
not
कभी कभी
really.
मन में?
I think I recently read कि India में there is a need for about 25,000 actuaries by 2030.
Yeah.
Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah,
But
this is a true
Yeah, so I
fact.
think given the number of qualified actuaries we have right now, it's very evident कि किस level पे वो demand बढ़ने वाली
Right,
है.
absolutely.
So having a fear of future will not make a lot of sense, but हाँ definitely eventually where you land up वो चीज़ समझ वो तो किसी को भी नहीं पता है. So all of us will just figure out as we go. So वही है I think eventually
Right.
too.
Anything else?
Yeah, I would like to just say that this field demands patience because it's not that you could complete the whole course in 4 years and be settled for life. It's a long-term process, and just keep in mind your end goal. And plus, also, I would like to warn these freshers about the jobs that they look out for. There are many false placement agencies in Delhi that say that they would get you jobs and then demand money for it as a security deposit and promise that they will return it after you receive your salary. So don't fall for such traps and look out for jobs in official sites of companies or LinkedIn or all of that.
Okay. Yeah, that was something new. I did not know about this.
Yeah, because it happened to a friend.
Okay. So, thank you so much, all of you, to find time on a Sunday morning. कुछ स्टडी पैटर्न ये सब थोड़ा हिल गया होगा आज का. ठीक है. So, all the best to all of you. Soon to qualify actuaries. Hopefully, we'll have more such sessions in future as well regarding different topics, and then all of us will be qualified. So, thank you so much for joining in, and see you all. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.